I'm gonna have to figure that out because I'm not sure what is happening in the backdrop of Flowdesk. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Um, so yeah, I did schedule it. It didn't send. They're gonna check into it and let me know. So you probably will get like 2 emails this week from me, maybe for some of us 3. So if you just signed up, you'll probably get the CBD. Oh my goodness, the CPR ebook, along with the email I sent last week, and then the email I'll be sending this week. And then for everyone else, you'll either be getting the email I sent last week if you haven't already received it, and then the one I'll send this week, or you'll just be getting the one I sent this week. I have to work in conjunction with Flowdesk to figure out the best way to make that happen for y'all. Okay. Um, Bentley, I promise you guys, we spend enough time together. Okay, me and Alexa spend enough time together. I genuinely don't understand what her problem is. Um, I'm really enjoying this. Yes. Oh, God, this one makes me so happy. Sprinkling gratitude throughout the day and to people is so much fun. Well, we're going to be doing more of that today. So get ready, Goddess Mode, because I feel like if you liked what we did before, you're going to love today. How do we find the email? You will be able to go to my profile, my teacher profile, Insight Timer. It's the only link that I have, and it'll help you to sign up. Um, and also drop like my handle for other platforms here, just so if you want to find me outside of that. If you go to any of my profiles outside of this, except for like TikTok, there are links that take you to wherever it is that you want to go, whatever it is that you want to find for me. Okay. So that's my handle, and then this is the podcast. Okay. Yes. Amy, good morning. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was feeling so cold. The temperature has completely dropped. It's giving fall day, and I love fall. I was born in fall. It's my favorite season. But it's also May. It's end of May. We just have Memorial Day. I'm expecting a little bit more warmer weather. So I figured a little cozy sweater would help me to feel good. So thank you. Oh, yes. I'm loving all of these, Lotus. You are validating the practice that I've been learning for the past year. That's amazing how we found each other. Ah, I thought you were going to put in your group chat. I did. Did you not see them? As soon as I got off, they're in there. Yeah. If you check, it's Lotus Living. It's my latest post. Those are all the affirmations that we did during the meditation yesterday. They're definitely in there. Yeah. And that's the group that's on Insight Timer. But they're in there. I dropped them there yesterday. So definitely double check to see if you see them. But they show up on my end. If I had like my Insight Timer app on this phone, I would show y'all. Let's see if it'll download. But yeah. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are on day 12 of Gratitude Galore, and this is a 28-day journey utilizing meditation and EFT to tap in and tune into the power of gratitude so that it can infuse beautiful energy into all areas of our life. We've already tapped on money, we've tapped on health, we've tapped on our own personal energy, we've tapped on having gratitude for others, and we're going to level that up today because today's theme is magic people who made a difference. And I'm so excited because this is so towards the middle part and the end of this journey, a lot of her work becomes heart centered. And I think it's really important for us to acknowledge that because when we're operating from our heart, when we're allowing our heart to lead us, it will lead us to beautiful experiences and places. And I know a lot of people get a little worried about letting their heart lead them because they're worried that they may get stepped over or taken advantage of. And the truth is, when you're able to lead with your heart, there's a level of discernment and there is a healthy amount of boundaries in place that allow you to do that. People who lead from their heart, not from their trauma, and most times we lead from our trauma, to be quite honest. It's not even what we really understand as love. It's what we've been told is love, right? And then we operate from that place, and then we wonder why we feel taken advantage of. If you're operating from the space of love, you are not going to be taken advantage of. It's just not possible in that frequency. So if you find yourself being taken advantage of, if you find that people are not valuing you, if you find that people are not coming to help you or just instilling the same energy in which you put into them, you probably are operating out of some type of wound and associating it with love. And my help would my insight would always be to Take some time to figure out why that is, you know, whether it's with a professional, you know, practitioner or a therapist, maybe both, depending on how deep the wound is, so that you can begin to identify what actual love looks and feels like for you, so you can lead from your heart. But I say this to say that for the next couple of days, or at least to the end of this experience, we will be centering around the heart. So most of these meditations and EFT sessions will be strengthening our heart's aura. So you may notice that you'll feel a deeper sense of emotion as we tap through. Again, that's why it's so important to drink your water, drinking active water, water that's going to hydrate you. And you can tell if your water is active because you don't have to go to the bathroom as much. I know that there's a popular meme that goes around that says, like, I'm minding my business, just running to the bathroom because I'm trying to stay hydrated. Hydration means that it's absorbed into the body and utilized the way it needs to be utilized. So if you're running to the bathroom all the time, your water's not hydrating you. It's just going through the body. Okay? Um, yes, I want to make sure I put all that there. Cool, cool, cool. Poonam, hi, how are you? Tatiana, hi. Been regularly tapping because of you, Lotus. Thank you, excited. I love this for you. Thank you. Yeah, I thought the pearls would go with the sweater. Oh my goodness. And let me see if I can pronounce this. Umama? Did I say that right? Or Umaima? Is it Umaima? I really take pride in pronouncing names the best of my ability because I think that's important. Um, so please let me know. From Morocco, welcome. When wow, you just described 30 years of therapy in 2 sentences. Love this insight, acting out of love rather than woundedness. Yeah, a lot of times we do. So we find ourselves in a space where, like, I feel like I often get taken advantage of. You probably aren't operating out of love, and that's okay. It's not something to judge yourself about either. Like, oh my gosh, how did I not notice it wasn't love? Because that's what you were taught. That's what your tribe taught you, right? And we talk about that need to assimilate to your tribe when you're younger because they are providing all of your nourishment and survival needs. So of course you're gonna assimilate so that you can survive. But as we get older, you know, we start going to school. Some of us go to college. Some of us go to trade school. Some of us go out into the world and explore and live. You realize that there are so many ways to view life, and you get to decide how you want to show up and live life. You get to see other aspects of love that you weren't going to see in your primary tribal relationships. That's how we get to grow and learn. So don't judge yourself if you realize, like, okay, I have been operating out of my woundedness, not out of love. This is an opportunity for you to practice, and it's a continuous practice, okay? Beautiful. Oh, okay, yay, got it right. Good morning, Kelly. Hello. Okay, so in the actual book, and this is the magic, just for those that are hopping on for the first time, and I give a free link to this book in the email list. It'll be in all my upcoming emails. Okay, beautiful. In it, she talks about the importance of recognizing the people who have positively impacted your life and giving them thanks. So we focus on just like random strangers, just showing love, just giving gratitude simply because it's a good thing to do. Now we're talking about people who have positively impacted you, who have gone above and beyond even to showcase love, to showcase that they value you, and to give them a spotlight in this gratitude session. And it's actually a very beautiful practice. And we're going to be doing a loving kindness meditation to amplify this sense of gratitude for these people. And then we'll be doing the tapping session to close out that flow. And when I first did this practice, I did it for one person in particular. Her name is Miss Diana. I absolutely adore her. She was my first experience of like softness in motherhood, and she's never been a mom, which is something I actually admire because of how loving and maternal she is. We've had plenty of conversations about that because she's a teacher. She's been a teacher her entire life, and she felt that it made more sense for her to show up and hold space for children of all ages in all races of different places throughout her career as opposed to one singular child. And it resonated with me personally. But what I loved about her is she loved me as if I was her own child. She, you know, something that we don't talk about often is that your primary mother, the person that birthed you, that's not the only mother that you have. And I feel like we lost sight of that, especially like just in community. There are several mothers you encounter. Sometimes they live within the same person. Most times they're different people. I have different mothers. I have a spiritual mother, you versa, right? I have Miss Diana. My sister's mom is a mother to me. My aunts have mothered me. Motherhood is not just because you birth somebody, right? Like, and I want us to kind of open our mind to that because you know, for me, at least in my culture, we were very community based. So we weren't just raised in a nuclear home where there was a mother, a father, and kids, right? Like I was raised by my grandparents. My aunts and uncles were very active in my life. I had a lot of adults. I had a lot of different versions of feminine energy that I encountered as well as masculine energy. And I think it's important because one, putting that amount of pressure on one person to be your everything, even as a parent, is what causes a lot of rifts in our relationships. Because then we expect them to be perfect when in fact they are human. They are not perfect at all, whatsoever. And they're literally living their life for the first time just as you are, but they have an added responsibility of keeping someone else alive, right? It's a whole different experience. And this is not to minimize anyone who has a struggle with their paternal figures, right? Because I've suffered, through a lot of just abuse when it comes to me and my mom. But as I've gotten older, I've realized like this, she just didn't have the resources. I have tons of resources and things like that. I can't imagine having to raise a person right now, and I'm the same age my mother was when she had me, and the world is so much more easier for me to access resources. Therapy is more affordable. It's so much more common for mothers to speak their truth about them going through postpartum depression and things like that. She didn't have that in 1990, and if you're cultivating that and that's your baseline, of course things are not going to go well, right? Of course you're going to start clashing with your child. But I say that to say the universe is so beautiful because it'll bring you people that can fill in those gaps that we talked about. They can fill in those gaps that other people aren't able to. And Miss Diana was someone who filled in those gaps. Because of her, I learned a sense of compassion. um, I have my desire to teach. you know she just truly was one of the most gentle women I've ever met in my entire life. She was graceful and kind, and she was very stern, okay? She had very strong boundaries. But she was loving and warm. And I don't remember ever being able to go to her and not feeling seen and loved, right? So I was able to receive that from this person, and she deeply impacted me. There was no blood relation or anything. She just simply showed up in my life and just was herself, and it did so much for me. This practice talks about that. So whether it's a coach or a teacher, an uncle or an aunt, whoever it is, when we journey in this meditation that's coming up, you're going to be bringing to mind 3 people that have positively impacted you. And if you find it hard to think of 3 people who have poured into you, who have loved you, you can extend that to your pets. You can extend that to children. My niece Parker is one of my biggest teachers. That child loves me in ways that can bring tears to my eyes. She's so loving to me. And she's so young, and this love is so pure. She's a deep appreciation for my existence. It is something that I do not disregard, or take for granted just because she's young, right? It's not, oh, because I'm her aunt. No, she genuinely has this heartfelt care for me. Every day she asks me how my day was, which is, it always blows my mind. She's like, Auntie Lo, how was your day? How are you doing today? And I'm just like, girl, it blows my mind every day. She actually didn't ask me this so she could talk, but it's such a loving act just to check in and see like, well, how are you? Because I care about you. So it doesn't matter the age. It can be anybody. Um, this can also be your connection to source. You could be speaking to your ancestors or your angels. Maybe you have an angel or a spirit animal that shows up and shows out for you and has been doing that all your life, right? This is going to be the opportunity for you to lean in and to say thank you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for positively impacting me. Okay? Let me check the comments. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Michelle, you feeling better? Because I'm feeling okay. Okay, Nina, hi. This is resonating deeply. How beautiful to be reminded. I love this. Kids are the best. Tatiana, you've never told a lie. This is so true. When I heard the it called the grandmother energy, we need lots of mothers. Yeah, there's actually it is called goddess mothers, and it's a concept. It's an ancient concept, and they're from different cultures too. But this was from like Latin culture, and essentially, what we know to be godmothers is like a completely different thing. But godmothers were initially for the mother, because from going from womanhood, right, or going from singlehood to parenthood, however you identify, that is a completely different journey. And the godmothers were there for the mother, not necessarily for the child. They were there to make sure that the mother felt mothered as she was going through this journey, right? And I think it's such a beautiful concept because these were older women, these were aunties and grandmothers, and they were taking care of the mother as she then entered into this new role. It was less about the child, right? Because the child's gonna be taken care of regardless of a baby, right? We're gonna take care of the baby. But quite often, especially in the society that we live in, mothers are overlooked, right? When someone gives birth, they go straight to the baby, like, oh, let me see the baby. They're not asking, right? How are you? How was this experience? The baby shower is normally for the baby, not for the mother. And back in the day, the baby shower was for the mother. It was to make sure that they felt ready and prepared to have this journey, that they understood that they had wisdom, access to wisdom and support from these godmothers to move forward. It's such a beautiful concept. Uh, and a lot of times people are like, well, what about the child? The community raises the child. That's why that's that saying, it takes a village. That's what the village is doing. They're handling the baby. The godmothers are making sure the mother is feel seen and nurtured, because it's such a vulnerable act to bring something to life that will then be dependent on you for the rest of its life, right? That's a big deal. And unfortunately, in the society that we live in today, it's died out and it's been a little distorted, right? And I'm hoping one day to be able to bring that movement back, because we do need more of that divine feminine energy, that mothering energy, for all of us, no matter what age we're at, and no matter how we identify. Like, everyone deserves to have a mother figure, whether that's through energy, whether that's through the Black Madonna to your favorite auntie. It doesn't necessarily matter. It's just, it's nice to know you have this energy that will hold you and cuddle you, the things you associate with motherhood, right? Okay, Michelle, there are so many difficult relationships with families in the LGBTQIA community. Yes, I can imagine, Michelle. While I support my own kid while they perform in drag, I am there as Betty's mom. But all other drag performers call me mom. Exactly. Okay, so in that sense, you're like a god mom, right? You are providing a safe space for all of these beings to be able to be who they are. And it's so important that we take on those roles. And I'm not gonna say that's not a hard thing, because I can't even imagine the stories that you hear, what you witnessed. I feel like if we just had a bit more open mindedness when it came to parenthood and what that can look and feel like for everyone, instead of having these good morning, having all these restrictions, we could really love. We could really be from the heart. You know what I mean? I'm everyone's cheerleader, and I love that they've given me that honor of holding space for all of them. Yes, yes. I had a best friend, Taz, and um, he was a part of like the ballroom scene, like in the 80s and 90s. He's a little older than me. And when he would talk about it, it's like mother of the house, took care of everyone, and would just talk to me about the culture. And it was so communal based. It was really beautiful. But when you start to like look at the documentaries of like Paris is Burning, or there was a really beautiful show called Pose. And a lot of people just loved it for the fashion and the dancing, but like it was the storylines and the truth behind what people were going through and how they were being abandoned by their families simply because of who they were. It's heartbreaking, you know? Uh, but it also has taught me too that you get to choose your family. Yes, there are families that you're born into and they do play a certain role, but they are not your only family at all. I have a lot of chosen family in my life, and to be quite honest, I do prefer it that way, because I know that I chose them because they saw me, because they valued me, because they want to pour into me, because they want to protect and love me, right? And that's not always a guarantee from someone that you're just blood related to. And it's not to dismiss blood relations. It's just to also acknowledge that you can still receive that type of love and care from someone that does not that is not related to you. My uncle Luis, who passed away in February, was like my dad, right? Since birth, has been through all my graduations, everything has been there for me. And he's not related to me. He was my mom's best friend in college. And when I was born, he just felt this need to show up and take care of me. My grandparents, that I call my grandparents, he was my mom's boss, and just saw that there's a young woman having a baby and she needs support and love. And my wife and I can provide that. And they raised me until they passed away. These people did not know me, right? From a hole in the wall. There was no obligation because I was born into the family. They chose me. They chose to show up and take care of me, and they dedicated their life to doing that until they passed away. So that to me feels massive because these people chose to take care of me. They saw whatever they saw in me, whatever connection we had, and they showed up. And they could at any point in time be like, this is not my kid. We are not related. I do not have to take care of this person. And they went above and beyond. Those are the people that I think about when I do this practice. The people that chose to show up in my life. It's just such a big act of love. It's such a beautiful thing to think about. Someone chose to be here in my life with no obligation. And it's not because I was a perfect child. I was definitely annoying, y'all. You know, I definitely had my mood swings in my teenage years. They were there until they passed. Those are the relationships that I think about. And it doesn't mean, you know, I'm not thinking about the other relatives that I am related to, but they didn't show up that way. And it might have been simply because they're like, you're born into the family, so, you know, you're going to be here regardless. But I think about those people and how they chose to be active in my life. And one of my hopes is that we release that term of like, is this your real family? You know, like, is that your real sister? Is this your real brother? Because there's something nasty to that. Of like, if someone is calling them that, respect it and leave it alone, right? If someone is calling you mom and you've agreed to that terminology, that is your child. I don't care if you physically birthed them or not. I'm not questioning that. Who am I to question that? I don't even understand why that's necessary. And I hope that one day we can operate from a space of love where that's no longer a thing that we ask other people. We just allow them to be with their family and to acknowledge the people that have shown up for them in their lives, you know? Heather, good morning, Heather. Hi. Thank you. Children of pure love and joy. They are. And also chaos, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. They're meant to create to movement, okay? Christine, that's a beautiful concept for sure. How wonderful to have that support as a mom. Imagine. Yes, yeah. I had no idea this needs to live. Yes, it does, Nina. I agree. We need to bring back godmoms for moms, okay? For birthing people. I had no idea. It's a beautiful concept. I wonder why it changed. Because it was empowering to the community, and it wasn't going to empower, the state, the government. Because if we're getting everything we need from our community, especially in Philadelphia, I've spoken to a lot of older folks, and they were like, within our radius, we had like our butcher shops, our gardeners, we had farms, like everything was here. We didn't necessarily need anything from, the state or the government because we were providing it for ourselves. We were each other's community. We were that nuclear concept. And then, I don't know if you guys know about this, and I know it's fairly early, but there were bombings that happened in those neighborhoods from they were bombed because of what they were doing, because they weren't relying on the country as a whole, and that felt like separation, and they weren't in support of that. So there are real consequences to operating in community, but I do think that the more that we educate ourselves, the more that we're open to the concept, that we'll be able to change the tide for everyone involved. Because everyone can benefit from having to not be the only person that people are relying on. That's what community is for. It's so that we can share the weight so that we're not feeling weighed down. Okay? This is an incredible springboard to thinking of folks who have supported us. Thank you, Wen. I think so too. Kelly, I have a step bonus mom. My mother's going through dementia, and it is difficult. I'm learning how to see her, looking into how she's treated me in the past. I have some trauma around the relationship with the way she's treated me. I feel for you, Kelly. Learning that she did the best she could with what guidance she had me young and raised me first 4 years by her family, aunts, and grandparents. I am now mom to several of my girlfriends. I love that. Oh, I love that. Being called mom by other young adults now, even. Yes, Kelly. And it's the life experience that we have that allow us to show up in this way too, right? And I feel like sometimes we wonder, like, why did I have to go through all of these hardships? And this was painful, and I felt so alone. And the truth is, now look at the level of compassion and empathy you have. People are calling you mom because of what you had to endure and you grew through and that you're still healing from. People are finding you to be a safe space. That's a big deal, right? Rahel, hello, hello, hello. That's right. We have a house mother. Exactly, Michelle. Yes, and they call me Queen Mother. Exactly. Yes, 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 yes. Uh huh. I love it. The culture, it's still here. Okay, it didn't die out, right? It still exists. It's still very intuitive in us. We just have to allow it to be that way. You know. Um, I feel so fortunate. I get so much love. I love this for you, Michelle. Sorry about what I said. I was devastated, Tatiana. It was horrible. I did not enjoy losing him physically at all, whatsoever. Um, Michelle, chosen family. Yes, chosen family. Family has nothing to do with biology. Never has. Thank you, Amazon. Yes. And you'd be so surprised how people try to like rationalize that, where I'm like, what are you talking about? Wow, blessings upon blessings for those good folks. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just like, why do you guys bring that up? Such a weird question. Bless you and them. Thank you, peace. How are you? Very few people choose us. Most honorable gift of love. It's a beautiful thing. And it definitely helps to build self worth knowing that like people just chose to show up in my life. There was no traditional obligation, but they felt obligated because I was a child that needed guidance. It's just as simple as that, you know? I'm tearing up. Thank you so much for sharing the story. Peace. I'm so happy. Kelly, sending love and light to you. I'm taking care of my aging mom. And it's a special time and challenge for sure. It is. It is. Because it's going to require you to really witness their humanity in ways that can, make your inner child feel unsafe. Please make sure that as you're doing that and you're on that journey, and this is for anybody taking care of anybody they consider to be like a paternal or maternal figure, or parental figure, please make sure that you're taking care of your inner child because that is who's getting triggered all the time. So make sure you are reparenting, you are remothering or refathering yourself the way that you need to. Okay? Can't wait to return to those kind of communities. Tatiana, neither can I. Nina, I refer to people as brother, sister, and for my kids, grandpa, grandma, aunt, uncles, we're all interconnected, teaching my boys the trees, plants, animals, sun, moon, stars, water, all family. Because they are! Because they are! Yes, Nina. I took care of my aging mom as well. Ugh, I realized after she died that it was a privilege, but it was difficult when you're going through it. And you can honor both sides of that journey, right? That's the beautiful thing about it. It doesn't have to just be one thing or the other, right? I've been in a space where I could not speak to my mom. We were in no contact for a very long time because I needed to take care of myself. And I knew that as much as I loved her and as much as I knew that she loved me, and I never doubted that my mom loved me, I doubted if she knew how to love me correctly, if she knew how to love me in a healthy way, right? There was a passion that she had for me as her child, right? But the way she showed that passion was super harmful. And I had to be honest about that and take that space. That exists just as much as it does when we did reconnect. And I'm still learning, even as an adult. Like, wow, now that I am the age in which you were, I genuinely couldn't have thought of this in my 20s. I had to wait until I got to 32 when you had me and be that age and realize, like, wow, you got a lot on your shoulders. Even just hearing my birthing story, there are times where I want to mother my mother and just give her a hug. And she's often very, very uncomfortable about it because that's not what she learned. It's being like, wow, that must have been really hard for you. And her just not realizing that it was difficult. Her not realizing that she had experienced traumatic things, that she had experienced abuse and neglect. She doesn't even have the awareness of that. It's not until we're having a conversation. I'm like, Mom, that must have been hard. Like, wow. Like, was anybody there with you? And most times they weren't. She was by herself having to navigate life. These are the things that I realized, like, I would have not been able to be as soft, be as loving if that's what my experience was in life. If it was that I was alone, having to raise this baby and hoping for the best, right? But everything works itself out for a reason, because of me being born, the people that she had built friendships with, even in her work community, my godmother was her coworker. They all came together to love and support her. And my mother had a hard time with that because she was not loved and supported prior to, right? So there was a learning curve for her. But the universe has a way of bringing us back into flow. So even if you're ebbing right now, there is a flow waiting for you. So don't forget that, okay? This is very emotional for me, Lotus. You have me crying already. TJ, I love you. Since doing this 28 days, I got rid of people that wasn't serving me, but out of the blue, a girlfriend who I barely know reached out to me just to check up on me, invited me out for brunch. I'm so grateful for the work we're doing. Yes, you're opening yourself up. I think sometimes we get so scared of like, okay, if I let go of these people that I know for so long, like what happens? What happens is that God, universe, source, whoever you call on to, blesses you. What I realized is that for all of the friends that I had to let go of, that I outgrew or was no longer in alignment, I then attracted some of the most incredible people in my life. And the truth is, I would not have been able to sustain them. I would not have been able to pour into them the way they pour into me because I was so hyper fixated on neglecting myself and misusing my energy in these older relationships that were outdated. I could not have been able to do both. And it's almost like that picture that many of us see. It's a Christian based picture. It's of Christ, and he has like a huge teddy bear behind him, right? And like the little girl in front is like holding this really small bear, just holding it tight, like, oh, this is all I know, I don't want to let go. And like it's the saying, if you really don't know what God, source, universe, whoever you call on to, they have something better waiting for you. If you're being asked to let go of somebody, if you're being asked to let go of a situation or an environment, it is because there's a better one waiting for you. And it cannot be, two things cannot exist in that moment at the same time. It's going to need you to make space so that they can usher it in for you. And I feel like, TJ, for you, from what I remember in the beginning, you're building up these boundaries, and the people that refuse to respect them are making space by leaving, by being let go of, for people like that who just randomly check in on you. That should be an everyday thing for you because that's what you do for others, right? Sending peace and love, taking care of mom too. It's hard. Had to reach out for support. I really hope that everyone who's taking care of a parent, that you guys connect with each other. Please connect with each other. There's a reason why you all are talking about this right now in this live. It sounds like your energies, your spirits want to connect so that you do not feel isolated alone. And you guys are each at different parts of the journey. So you can provide a lot of insight for each other. I really hope you guys connect outside of this live, okay? Um, Yes, difficult to mother with empathy. Yeah, empathy is someone who neglected me as a child, working through it with the knowledge that she did the best she could. Gratitude has been a savior. It really has. It really has. It really has. And gratitude has this way of shifting things where I think about all of the just what I consider to be harsh that my mom was. Um, Also, there's a really good book that talks about different types of mothers, and it's called Women Who Run with Wolves. Let me just put that down really quickly before we jump into the meditation. Women Who Run with Wolves. I'm sure some of you guys have heard it. It's a very old book. But in the book, it's the journey of the divine feminine, and she has a whole section on the different types of mothers that we have in our lives. And that book really helped me to understand my mother as well. But because she was so intense with me and so harsh in my teenage years, I built up, I had to have a very strong sense of self to be around my mom because she's a big person, she's a big energy, and I had to know that I knew that I knew, right? And in the beginning, it used to frustrate me because I was like, Mom, I just need you to be soft, right? I just need you to hold me. And she'd just be like, no, you have to work through this, figure it out. And I would be so outraged of just like so many other moms are holding their kids during these moments, things like that. And my mom just wasn't like that. That's just not who she was. And there's another book, My Mom and I want to say, and that one's by Maya Angelou. And I would suggest to get the audiobook version of it because she actually reads it and it sounds like your grandma talking to you. It's such a vibe. She talked about the same thing of having a mom where as a child, the mother was horrendous to her. And then when she got older and she became her mom was like an amazing mom. And just acknowledging the fact that like you can have a season where it's not great and then also this person can completely do a 360 and provide you with what you need in the moment. And the only way she was able to do that is because of the experience she had as her mother when Maya Angelou was younger. It's a beautiful concept. It just really shows you the full circle thing. But as I was saying with my mom, because of that intensity she had towards me, that is why I genuinely can show up in spaces and be myself. I don't worry about being perceived. I don't care how people feel about me. It does not matter to me. It's not going to sway who I am. I am so sure of myself. And it's because the person that brought me into this world gave me absolutely no choice but to be sure of myself, but to be confident in who I was, but to be confident in what it is I was going to share. My feelings can't be hurt, you know? And it's not because I'm numb or there's an armor. It's because I know myself so much because I had no choice. She didn't give me the option. And when I was younger, I hated it. And I felt that it was very cruel. But now in my 30s, and I see how many people suffer from being perceived or wondering what other people think or being, constant people pleasers and how damaging that is. And I don't have that struggle because I had a struggle when I was younger of having to figure that shit out, making sure like I knew what it was. Um, and I have a deep sense of gratitude for that. I do because the work that I do is challenging. I hold space for people to express and to explore their traumas. That's not an easy thing to do. Um, but it is easy for me. But I also have been through a lot. You know, I am grateful for her. I'm grateful for the experiences. She's taught me how to be more empathetic and more compassionate. Simply because in those moments she was not able to. You can always learn from a situation. I don't care how detrimental or tragic it is. There's always something to be learned. There's always something that you can find to be grateful for. And if you can't do it in a moment, then it might just take some time. Okay? I feel you, Lotus. It was similar with my mom. Rahel, yeah, I get that. Just lost my dad in October. Happy to connect with you all. Nina, I lost my dad in February. I'm here. I'm here with you. Sorry about the passing of your dad, Nina. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, please, anyone want to talk? Yes, please connect. Please connect, okay? Please connect. My niece and I used to be super close, but in recent months have become distant. I miss her so much, but I have come to realize that the more many of my relationships have become awkward once I started prioritizing myself. And that's okay. There's an opportunity and time for you guys to grow and heal through it. Before my uncle passed away, we weren't on speaking terms, and that devastated me because that was the person that literally that was my best friend at the same time. But I have to also acknowledge that we were having separate experiences and they were growing us apart, but it never took away from all of the time and energy that we did have together. So I savor those moments and I honor the fact that we were in communication during his passing. Both can be true. Both are true, right? Those two things do exist at the same time. And as the niece, speaking from a niece perspective, my love for my uncle has never faded. It will never fade away. We weren't in communication for 2 years. And though that was devastating for me, um, and that was because I had to set a boundary myself, it has never changed the way that I love him. So I hope that you know for your niece, I don't know what age she is or what is it she's experiencing or whatever it is that she's going through, but she loves you deeply. It will figure itself out. It just may not be in the way in which you think. Okay? And bless you tomorrow. Oh, enjoy Spanish class, Amazon. Okay, let's see. Yes. There are pros and cons to everything. Exactly, Tatiana. Glad you grew from your relationship with your mom. I did, and I think she did as well. I feel you letting go of relationships that don't work, but the space is sometimes hard. Hope for new connections. You don't have to hope for those new connections, Heather. They're going to come. If there's space, the space needs to be filled. And it's either you're going to bring back the old ones or you're going to allow the new ones to come in. But either way, it's going to be filled. And if you're very dedicated to yourself and your boundaries, those new relationships will usher themselves in. Okay? That is for certainty. That is just how energy works. Okay, I'm going to read a few more and then we're going to jump into the meditation, okay? We have friends and family. Either for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Exactly, Amy. Yes. Oh, I love that. Different people show up in different seasons for different reasons, lessons, and evolutions. Yes, Goddess Mo. We must find the gratitude and greatness in each moment. We must, because otherwise, I don't know how we're going to survive. I really don't. If we're not able to witness the gratitude in the moment, it could be a very wild experience for us all, okay? Okay, so we talked about this. So now you guys know what to expect in this meditation. I wanted to make sure that we touched on it beforehand. So maybe you have some people in mind, some relationships in mind before we jump in. But even if you are only able to focus on one relationship, just focus on that one relationship, okay? And allow your heart and your mind to be open to the healing that meditating on their love and their dedication to you will provide you, okay? Okay, let's begin the guided meditation. Love beams, sending gratitude to magical souls. Before we begin this meditation, I want you to get comfortable. Whether that's laying down, sitting in full lotus, mindfully walking, or sitting in your chair, whatever it is that you need to feel safe in this moment, to feel steady, go ahead and find that position for yourself. Beautiful. Let's begin this loving kindness meditation by allowing yourself to relax and settle into the present moment. Allow a deep inhale, breathing into the lower belly, expanding the belly as much as you can, allowing the air to come up into the heart. And exhale slowly, softening the shoulders, releasing any tension or stress from the body. As we take a collective inhale, breathing into lower belly, expanding into the lower back, taking another breath into the heart space, we exhale and we release, we soften, we center ourselves, our spirits, our minds, and our bodies. On the next collective inhale, we breathe in. I want you to take that second breath in the heart. And as you breathe into the heart, open up the heart. Maybe this is rolling your shoulders back to the best of your abilities. Really letting the heart lead you forward in this moment. And as you exhale, you release, softening your shoulders, coming back home to yourself. Continue to place your awareness on your heart center. This is the place where love and gratitude reside within you. Visualize a warm, radiant, glowing light in your heart, expanding with each inhale and radiating out with each exhale. And let's breathe. Breathing in, we expand the glowing heart. And on our exhale, we let it radiate outwards. Breathing in, we expand the glow within us, spreading throughout the chest into the arms, the belly, the back, and on our exhale, we release, radiating it outwards into the world. And continue that rhythm of breathing throughout this meditation, expanding the heart with each inhale and radiating the energy outward with each exhale. Think of three people, three extraordinary people who have made a positive impact on your life. They could be teachers, mentors, family members, friends, or even strangers who have performed random acts of kindness. See if you can picture their faces in your mind's eye and feel their presence with you in this moment. You may notice that it brings a smile to your face, or maybe a tear to your eye, to see them again, to realize that the energy and who they are has always been with you, whether you are with them physically or not. Their love, their kindness, their acts of service to you in your life live within you as well. Give yourself a few moments to reflect on how each person has touched your life. Recall specific moments or memories where their guidance, support, or presence made a difference for you. Feel a sense of gratitude welling up within you as you acknowledge the profound impact they've had on your journey. Now imagine reaching out to each person with your heart, your beautiful, warm, radiating heart. And as you reach out to each person, you are sending them love. You are sending them gratitude. You are sending them deep, unwavering appreciation. Letting them know just how thankful you are for their existence, for who they are or were in your life. Express your thanks to them silently or aloud, and speak from the depths of your heart. Share with them the reasons why you're grateful. And how their presence in your life has shaped who you are today. Feel the warmth of love and gratitude flowing from your heart to theirs, creating a deep, unbreakable bond between you two. See if you can sense their energy receiving your words of thanks, filling them with joy and warmth in return. As you continue to send love and gratitude to each person, notice how your own heart expands with each expression of appreciation. Feel a profound sense of happiness and contentment spreading throughout your entire being, knowing that you are surrounded by endless love and support. Give yourself a few more moments to bask in this feeling of gratitude. Allow it to envelop you completely. As we take a collective inhale, breathing in all of that love, all of that gratitude and appreciation, pulling it into the body, clearing any energy chakras, any energy systems. And on that exhale, allowing it to be free, to go to those people who you love deeply. Utilizing our power of breath to move, to circulate this energy of gratitude as we breathe in, expand the lower belly, letting the feeling of appreciation rise into the heart. Maybe even placing your hand over your heart space so you can witness the rise of your heart, the expansion of your heart as you breathe in and as you exhale. You come home. release that love and that gratitude out into the world so that it may find them on any plane that they exist. One last collective inhale, breathing in straight through the heart. See if you can breathe through the back of the heart. And as you exhale, open mouth, HA. Know that by acknowledging the positive impact of others in your life, you are inviting even more blessings and magic into your journey. And before we come back to the present moment, give your thank yous to each person, reciting the powerful prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To each and every person you are thinking of in this moment. And let's begin to bring our awareness back to the present while still carrying that feeling of warmth and joy from gratitude in your heart. Breathe in, and as you exhale, slowly open your eyes, coming to the present moment or refocusing your gaze, coming to the present moment. Feeling refreshed, feeling renewed and realigned to the energy of gratitude and to the love of those people in your life who have enriched you, who have expanded you in the most beautiful ways. And thank you so much for meditating with me today. Okay. Checking in to see how we're feeling and how we're doing. Okay. Yes, Michelle. It isn't about abundance of people, but depth of relationships for me. I could not agree more. H. Hi, H. What a beautiful meditation. I had tears rolling down my face the entire time. I love this. Hi, Seeds. How are you? Beautiful. Beautiful Ale. I absolutely see mothering my mom, and through that we are unearthing ourselves. I love this. Yes, you are your mother's wildest dreams. That's beautiful. I had a few tears as well. That's beautiful. Ah, that Care Bear share. It's like a fire hose. All my people are dripping with love. I love this. Tears from my dad who passed away 30 years ago. And look at that. 3 decades later, you still can feel his presence, still feel their love for you. Energy never dies. It lives within us and all around us. I hope you can record this prayer. It is recorded when, yes, so grounding and lovely. I will reach out to these people. You should. If you're able to reach out to these people, reach out to them. Let them know, like, hey, I did this guided meditation about people who were extraordinary in my life, and you came to mind. I just wanted to say hi, and I love you, and thank you. You have no idea how that could impact their day today. I imagine the Care Bear show, too. I think we all imagine Care Bears. God as well. Love, love, love the caring bear visual. Yeah. Hi, Sia. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to jump right into the EFT session. Okay. Beautiful. You guys can continue to leave comments if you need to. Hi, Monica. Thank you. I felt my dad, Alfonso's spirit. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm grateful for everyone that has taught me how to be and how not to be. Ashe, Kelly. Same, same. Okay, as you guys are leaving more comments, I'm just going to go over EFT really quickly for anyone that is new here. EFT is called Emotional Freedom Technique or Techniques, and it is the art of tapping on ancient acupressure points all over the body, allowing yourself to talk to the body in a language in which it understands, to either bring up any type of wounds or traumas to the forefront so that they can be transmuted or healed, or to, and also not or, and to rewire the neural pathways in the brain to help support healthier habits in your life on a subconscious level. Because just because you know better consciously does not mean that you're going to do better, simply because your subconscious mind is 95% of your reality and how you function. And that 5% of consciousness is just not gonna cut it. Okay, so we tap in to rewire our subconscious mind to support new habits and beliefs. Okay, there are 4 different ways you can tap. I'm gonna explain them to you right now. We have the regular traditional way of tapping where you lightly tap. And you can tap on any side with as many fingers as you want, and it's a light tap. It doesn't matter. You're still tapping into your energy meridians and pathways because they run throughout the body and all around the body. And if you are a sensitive person, if you are an empath, these are some alternative ways in which you can tap. You can pulse, where you keep the hand to the body at all times. You can rub, which is very soothing, or you can hover. Either way, you're still tapping into those meridians. You're still creating impact. Okay? And the 9 tapping points in this flow that we'll be doing, there are 9 here. Okay, yeah. Here they are. We have the side of hand on either side. It's between the pinky knuckle bone and the wrist, and you will lightly tap here. Then we have the top of the head where the crown chakra would be. Then we have the start of the brow. Yeah, the hover is kind of powerful, isn't it? It's on either side of the third eye. Then you would trace the eyebrow to the ocular bone, and you'll feel the bone, not the temple, the bone. You would tap on the bone. Then you have under the eye, still feeling the bone, not the fleshy part, the bone. Tap on the bone. Then we have under the nose, under the nose, above the lip. You can tap anywhere you want to. Doesn't matter. We have in the crease of our chin. That's where we would tap. Tap, pulse, rub, or hover. And then we have the collarbone. You would feel for your collarbone. It's the fleshy part underneath the collarbone. That's where you would tap. And then we have underneath the arm. So you would trace to the end of your armpit, and it would be where the beginning parts of your ribcage are. That's where you'll be tapping. If you wear a bra, it would be where your bra strap lies. Okay? Those are the 9 tapping points. You don't need to remember them because I'm going to guide you through them myself. And for those that are remembering the sequence already, if you want to close your eyes or soften your gaze, you're more than welcome to. A few things before we get into it. One, when you're tapping, you're closing energy blocks or you're closing energy gaps. Okay, so what we consider blocks, but they're called gaps. That means that your energy is no longer connected, and that can make you feel confused, stagnant, frustrated, angry. Those are all just signs that your energy is disconnected. When we're tapping, we're reconnecting the energy. So you might end up belching, tearing up, crying, yawning is very common. Your temperature might rise or fall. You may feel sleepier or more energized, or maybe even feeling this tingling sensation in the body because we are electromagnetic. Okay? These are all just signs that the energy is coming together. Everything is safe. You are safe. It is fine. Okay? Just something to keep in mind. If you notice that none of the things are happening, what I would encourage you to do is to continue tapping on your own time because you're probably a little bit disconnected from yourself more than you realize. Okay? We also have sweet spots. So if you're tapping on a certain place and it feels really, really good, that's probably your sweet spot. For me, it's my collarbone. When we're tapping, if something feels really good, I want you to stay there. You don't have to continue on any other places. You can stay here and tap and say the words because your body knows what it needs, and I want you to trust your body over trusting me, okay? The importance of these practices is for you to create a level of intimacy and self-trust with you. So when you're having experiences in life and you have no access to me or a practitioner or a professional, you'll be able to self-regulate, okay? That's very important to me. I'm trying to think of anything else that I'm missing. I feel like no. Oh, please drink water. Drink water before the session and afterwards. When we are freeing emotions, it can overwhelm us, right? It can make us cry. We can feel our emotions. We'll become more sensitive as you tap. So you just want to make sure that you are hydrating yourself because water helps to soothe emotions. So when you're drinking water, you're soothing yourself. Most times people are having some type of outrage, when people are experiencing anger or disappointment or frustration, is because they're also dehydrated. It's very hard to feel those things when you're hydrated. So go ahead and drink some water too, okay? Beautiful. I'm sending out so much love to you, Lotus. Thank you, Kelly. Oh my goodness, that 5% is not gonna cut it. It's so true. When it's so true, it's just not. Don't feel bad, okay? I was telling my sister that the other day. I'm like, just because we know better doesn't mean we're not gonna do better. Like that's 5%. We gotta do a little bit more for the subconscious to make that happen. This is why we're here. Our body has so many answers exactly when. EFT has become such an integral and effective part of my wellness toolbox. Thanks to you, Lotus. Thank you, Rahana. Any recommendations for a comprehensive course I could take? I have an EFT 101 course. I need to just upload it to Insight Timer, to be honest. I teach the like foundation of EFT and things like that. I need to upload that. If you don't mind reminding me, because I teach it a few times a year and I usually teach it as a free course. Just because I think the information is necessary for you to have. I don't think you should have to pay for that. But you know, that's just those are my radical thoughts. Don't mind me. That's just me ranting. But yes, I teach it a few times a year. And maybe this year I will do it on my own. I usually do it with a company. Okay. The tattoo on the side of your hand saying, this is actually a signature from my grandfather I spoke about earlier. He wrote a love letter to my grandmother. Um, and when he passed away, we found these love letters. And I took his signature from one of them, where he talked about like there was a song that was out that reminded him of her because he was in California and she was in New York. And I took it and I got it tattooed on my hand in honor of him. A lot of my tattoos are in honor of my ancestors. The teacher doing Qigong before you said that even thinking of the parts of the body or movement, if you cannot move for whatever reason, can be effective thoughts. Agreed. I 100% agree. There are books on that too. There was a book I was just reading called Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, and he breaks down the science to that. How there were athletes who were actually training, athletes who were just told to think about themselves winning, think about themselves training, and they both got the same results. The mind is a very beautiful thing. Okay? Should we believe in our gut feeling or intuition when it comes to relationships? You should believe into your intuition. It's very hard to believe in your gut if your gut is not regulated. Okay, so you need to regulate your gut before we start thinking about that, because sometimes we're dysregulated. The same way that we think that we're operating from our heart, but really it's our woundedness. It's a sense of discernment. Okay. Yes, lotus hydration. You already know the vibe, seeds. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Yes, please do. Please DM me, please, because I am only one person. Please, please. If you guys gently remind me, like I promise, I appreciate it. I really do. Okay. Yeah, Joe Dispenza. We are taught very little coping skills of our society. My goal is to change that, Tina. My goal is to change that. And yeah, it's called this Becoming Supernatural and the Placebo Effect. But that's probably his most well-known book. Okay, let's jump into the EFT session. We went over everything. We're good. Oh my goodness, this is a donation-based event, guys. Every time. Oh my goodness, this is a donation-based event. So if you have it in your heart, if you have the ability to donate, please do, because it does help and contribute to my livelihood. This is literally how I pay my bills. So I thank you in advance for what you can give and what you can donate. If you're unable to donate and you're simply just able to be here with me and give your time and energy, I also humbly accept that as well as an exchange, because we're doing what we can, what we got, and I'm in full support of that. But I am obligated to make that statement 3 times, and I've only done it once, so there's that. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys, every day. I love Joe Dispenza too. Thank you so much for the donation, TJ. Beautiful. Okay, let's begin. I'm gonna take a big sip of my tea. Even from just demonstrating the tapping points, my nose is clearing up. It's such a powerful practice, y'all. Really get into it. Tell Alexa to ask for donations every 30 minutes. She can work for you. When? That's such a good idea. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to write that down really quickly. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I promise we'll be done soon. Oh my god, that's genius. Oh my goodness. Ask Alexa to ask for donations every 30 minutes during the lives. Oh my goodness, yes, because I genuinely forget. I just be so wrapped up chit-chatting with you guys, and then Insight Timer's like, you don't listen. And I need to do better. I need to be better, okay? Thank you, Tatiana. I love you. Yes, yes. Let Alexa hustle for you. Love that idea. I'm glad we're all in support. Oh man, and now she could be a part of the conversation when you really have done something here, okay? You've healed my relationship with Alexa. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that is so funny, but honestly, so helpful, because I'm not gonna remember in my humanity. We might as well let Alexa remember for us, okay? I think so too. Yeah, 3 times in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. Like, yeah, it's literally before I click to say that this live is happening, they have to agree to those set of rules. Yes, it is a thing. But I also realize that it's because a lot of teachers on here, this is how they pay their bills. This is how they're able to show up. So reminding also helps people to remember to donate, because quite often you're so wrapped up in the conversation and in the practice that you forget, which is totally normal. So I get why it's three. I personally forget to do it 3 times. Using Alexa's interfering for good. Finally, Goddess Mo. Okay, let's begin the EFT. I'm gonna place this on me, and then we're gonna begin. Okay, oops, a little high up. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Gratitude amplified, blessing those who bless us. An EFT experience. We're gonna begin. We're having 2 rounds. The first round is to affirm gratitude, and our second round will be to amplify gratitude. Let's begin at the side of the hand, and you can lightly tap, pulse, rub, or hover, whatever feels best for you and your body. And let's begin. Tapping on the side of hand, doing a deep inhale, breathing into the lower belly, expanding it into the heart, open mouth, exhale, release, softening into this moment. And repeat after me, because your voice is powerful and it helps to rewire and reach your subconscious mind. Let's begin. Even though I may sometimes forget to express my gratitude, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Same place. Even though I sometimes forget to express my gratitude for the people who have changed my life, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Top of head. Remembering the people who have shown up for me feels good. It feels safe. It's something I should do more often. We're going to go to the eyebrow. I am profoundly grateful for the love and care I receive from them. Side of the eye. Their unwavering support fills my heart with joy and deep gratitude. Notice underneath the eye top here. No matter my successes or failures, they have always been there for me. Under the nose, I am blessed to have such loving and supportive people in my life. I'm going to go to the chin. Their presence is a constant source of strength and encouragement. Collarbone. I am deeply grateful for their unconditional love and acceptance. Underarm. Expressing gratitude for them fills me with warmth and love. And I know that it is blessing them in return. Side of hand. My heart overflows with gratitude for those who have shown me love and care. Top of the head. From now on, each and every day, I will remind myself of the beauty in being loved unconditionally. I'm going to go to the brow. Their love uplifts me, regardless of my achievements, contributions, productivity, or shortcomings. It does not matter. They just love me for me. Side eye. I'm surrounded by people who believe in me, who support me wholeheartedly. I speak this into existence. Under the eye. Their unwavering faith in me expands me as I am more confident and more grateful. Under the nose. I am deeply thankful for the endless blessings they have brought and will bring into my life. Chin. The way that they love me, it nourishes my soul. And it magnifies my spirit. Collarbone. With each passing day, I remind myself of their beauty and their presence in my life. I use my energy and my mind to think of all the ways they were loving and kind to me. Under the arm. Gratitude flows freely. Let me do that one more time. Gratitude flows freely from my heart, blessing them with love and appreciation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for existing. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for your dedication to my growth. I love you. And I see you. Always. In all ways. And when you're done tapping, I want you to bring your hands to your heart space. And just feel the energy you've cultivated. The divine sensation of feeling grateful and feeling loved. And know that as you're feeling this beautiful frequency, your vibration is being sent to them, to love on them, to protect and nourish them the way that they have for you. as you move forward after this tapping session, I pray that you keep in mind this feeling that you're not alone and that you are so lovable and so worthy of being loved for who you are in this moment. And that there are people out there in this world that take joy and pride in being able to show up and love you in that way. Even if you haven't met them yet, they do exist. Use the energy of gratitude to connect and to amplify and to call in all that you desire from all of those that you admire. And so it is. You can gently bring your hands into your lap or by your side. Refocus your gaze or open your eyes. Take a nice sip of water. And I thank you for tapping in with me today. I hope you feel good. Beautiful. Oh, Wen, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it. Oh, Amy, amazing and healing. I love this. Okay. I am going to be a little more shorter than I normally am because I literally have to get into the car in like 3 minutes. But tomorrow is day 13. And day 13, we will be talking about making all your wishes come true. So now we get to really use manifestation alongside gratitude to call in our dream lives. And that's going to be a beautiful experience for all of us. But for today, whoever you meditated on, whatever it is that you tap through, I hope that you hold space for it. I hope that you reach out to them if you can. If they're no longer with us on the physical plane, maybe set a prayer, light a candle or incense to send them gratitude, to let them know that you are thinking of them, and to carry that gratitude into your day moving forward, okay? We will be on tomorrow at 7:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and at 11:11 a.m. for those that are West Coast or in a different time frame. I'll be doing 2 sessions tomorrow. The first session will be recorded, so it may be a little longer, okay? But I love you so much. I hope that you're feeling grateful. I hope that you're feeling loved and cared for. And please join the group on Insight Timer. It's called Lotus Living. I drop information in there when I can. You can always direct message me on Insight Timer as well. And if you want to join in on the email list, please make sure that you click the link in my teacher profile, because it'll take you to my email list. If you sign up and you just want to double check or make sure, you can always send me a direct message with your email and I will manually put it in. Okay? I love you so much, and I really hope you're feeling good. Monica, thank you for your donation. Goddess, more beautiful work. Thank you, thank you. I feel like the Grinch. My heart just grew. I love this, Kelly. Kelly, thank you for the donation. Flora, so nice to see you. Thank you for the donation. Thanks, Lotus. Still feeling a bit bad, but this did help. I love this Bentley. Yes. And it's just 5% better. It doesn't have to be a complete dramatic change. I love this for you. Okay, yay, sounds great. Thank you very much for being beautiful. Thank you. Love you all. I love you so much. Tina, thank you so much for the donation. I deeply appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow. Okay. I would stay longer, but I need to go to this appointment. But I love you. I love you. I love you. And tomorrow we will expand our gratitude journey some more. Okay?